Hey everybody, this is Kodak here, and we're back. And today we're going to be taking a look at the contents of the My Hero Academia Universus booster box. Now, this is a game called Universus, even though it says My Hero Academia collectible card game on it. It's actually from a mega license game called Universus that used to go by the name UFS, or Universal Fighting System. I just did a video about it where it's a game that basically closely simulates the terminology and vocabulary of fighting games. There have been a number of games that have tried this. I feel UFS by far does it the best, so you can go ahead and take a look at my video out there. It used to be all about fighting games with how it used that terminology, but these days they changed the name to Universus to open it up to more licenses like Mega Man and Cowboy Bebop, and right now the My Hero Academia, which I guess is appropriate. The movie did just come out after all. So I've already taken a brief look at the contents of the starter deck, mostly to point out how the game works. Something I didn't really do was take a look at how these foil cards look. The thing about these foil cards is they actually do have some kind of nice effects on there. Like Izuku here has like some lightning bolts going on here, and this isn't like a cold foil like it is with the Bracteate from Mitos y Leyendas. The Bracteate has kind of this sort of kind of roseate pattern on here where it's got like a bunch of lines on it and stuff. This is actually being done by giving a void to the art layer. Now with foil cards, what a foil card is it has a layer of luminescent film, of metallic film that reflects with the rainbow color here. And what happens is they generally just print normally on top of that foil layer. A lot of like the most cheap, the most basic types of foil cards just take the printing that would normally go on top of the regular card and just print it straight on there. This is because ink is transparent. Most ink is transparent. You actually have to add something to ink to make it not transparent, so that foil will just come straight through. However, with a lot of games, they actually apply a layer of basically whiteout in between the foil film and the ink, so that certain parts of the card still remain matte. Like you can see Katchan's body doesn't really have any holographic effects on it, even though he's got like all these little stars behind there. Now, in the case of here, they've managed to make it so that there's like lightning bolts and cool effects and stuff by generating a void in the art. And I don't mean like coloring it in white. I mean like PNG void, so that it's nothing but the foil coming through in order to get that effect. That I think is really neat. There were a couple of other cards in the starter deck. Most of them are standard. I don't know if these are random, but each deck also included an unrelated ultra rare card. So we have Meteor Shower featuring Uraraka, who is able to basically render objects weightless. And I actually can't remember this guy, but he can shoot lasers out of his belly button. That's very Japanese kind of show, isn't it? But anyway, today we are taking a look at a full-on booster box. If you are not familiar with how I do things, I am not really a money chaser. I don't really look for like big money cards, although there aren't really any big money cards in this game. I mean, there are some cards that are valued highly, but they are foil versions of regular cards. There's a couple of cards that I think have a high value, but for the most part, it's pretty standard on the prices here. I tend to talk about the cards, their usage, their implications, and how they work. So be ready for a long video with a lot of talking. I do have a channel that is mostly focused on trading card game design, so that is something you can expect. So what we have in here are 24 booster packs at 10 cards each, so a grand total of 240 cards in here. 24 packs is pretty standard. I believe that Universus is one of the few games that actually still has a label redemption program, so that is going to be fun. I'm going to save the booster packs. I believe those can be redeemed for some small prizes. So anyway, let's take a look here. The design is pretty standard. It uses stock art assets. I've talked about this in the past. A game using stock art assets is not inherently a bad thing. I think we're going to need some scissors for this wrap. It's pretty tough. Here we go. It's not inherently a bad thing because it's all down to how you use it. It's the same with like standard artwork and stuff. If you have it used really well, where you do, accentuate things properly, use the right sorts of foiling and art design, then they can look just fine. So just to elaborate again, we have our character cards here. These are characters you can play as, although they can be shuffled into your deck, which actually isn't a bad idea to have a couple of extra character cards. If you have like alternative versions of the same character, you can actually put those characters into play. You have your difficulty, your block, your check. Your difficulty is how hard it is to put a card into play. Your check is you flip the top card of your deck, and if your check is equal to or higher than the difficulty, then that card goes into play. Attacks tend to have high difficulty, low check, while foundations, which you will see once I get into these packs here, have low difficulty and high check. So it's that proper balance between foundations and attacks that allow you to deal damage to your opponent. So, with that little sever there, let's get this thing open. I wonder if there are... one thing that a lot of these games like to do is have different designs for... their booster packs. Sometimes they have like a single unified type. Sometimes they have ones that have like a variety of characters on them. Like I know Pokemon tends to have a number of different images on there. So, oh, we got a box topper. Oh, and it's an action card. So this is so we do have some box toppers in here. We have this box topper action card, Go Beyond. So an action card is basically played like an attack. You put it into play, it does its action, and then it goes away. So Go Beyond, Enhance. So this is something you do after you play an attack card. You can use an Enhance ability. Discard 1 momentum, add 1 attack from the discard pile to your hand, remove this card from the game. So an attack really only enters your discard pile if you miss with it or if you spend it as momentum. But that's still a very good card, and by the fact that it has the unlimited symbol on here, that means it is a universal card that any character can use, because each character has a set of disciplines, and these disciplines, the cards that go into your deck must include at least one of these 3 disciplines, or else that character cannot use that card. So we have a couple of other box toppers here. These are familiar. These are similar to the dash packs for Digimon. How about we do it the way I did it before? We would do 1 at the start and 1 at the end. I assume this contains... So it could have All Might True Form, Amphibious Ambush, Capture Evildoers, Kamui Woods, or Villain Defeated. So I'm going to get 2 of these cards. All Might True Form would be a character card, a useful character card. So let us see what we get. So we want to keep the card on the back there. And... we got Villains Defeated. Okay, so this is a foundation. So that's not a useless card for right now. Villains Defeated. We have a nice like scattering effect there. It is a response, which is something you can do in after something happens. Flip after you discard any number of cards to do your rival's effect. Draw 1 card, playable while committed. So committing is where the card is turned sideways. That is basically their equivalent to tapping. It, like I said, uses fighter game terminology. So the act of tapping a card to commit it, committing to a move in a fighting game is an important thing. Let me see, do either of the characters I currently have able to use this card? So it looks like neither of these cards match up, although Dan could technically use this. My old Dan card has the red that matches up. Response after your rival's blocked attack resolves, remove it and gain 2 health. So if rivals blocked attack, if you removing an opponent's attack, this game uses a card pool where you can play multiple cards in your turn, but each card you play one after the other, the difficulty of that card goes up by 1 for each previous card played. So this card would be difficulty 2, this card would be 4, this card would be 6, because this one is 1 before it, this one is 2 before it. Removing a card from the card pool is a risky endeavor, because it means that now your opponent can play their next move without having to incur the additional penalty of having the cards in the card pool. So it's a double-edged sword card, really. So it looks like the packs are standardized. They all have the same cover here. They have All Might, Deku, and Kachan on the front there. So let's take a look at some of these and save this one for later. All right, so there's one card type we haven't gotten yet, and that is Resource. Those actually have a green border, and they work like Foundations. Foundations are cards that stay in play. Attacks are how you deal damage, and after an attack deals damage, it goes to your momentum, which looks like Super Bar in a fighting game, which you can then spend to do some stronger abilities. Foundations go down into play and basically act as permanent buffs that you can use. You can also commit one to increase your check. which is how you get over when you flip the top card of your deck and your check's not high enough. You can commit foundations to get that to go. So it's 10 card packs. And in these 10 card packs, I'm not sure what the rarity spread is. I know there are uncommons, and the card I'm looking for is an uncommon, so it should not be too difficult. Wouldn't it be amazing if it showed up in the first pack? It's an uncommon that I'm looking for. I'm looking for Yaoyorozu's character card, which, considering it's an uncommon, is pretty much a 100% guaranteed thing to happen. I would actually be astonished if I did not encounter that card. So, we have, looks like, okay, so the rare cards in the pack. We have Desperate Times, featuring He Who Shall Not Be Named. Flip, after your rival draws any number of cards during the combat phase, they commit 1 foundation. Oh, during the combat phase, so that means if it's while they're playing attacks. Clever Distraction, enhance, flip this high or low attack, flip this attack. Oh, so flipping is where you flip this card over. It's a one-shot effect. I don't know how many flips I remember from the original game, but that means it's a one-time use effect, which allows your high or low attack to get to get -2 speed. So what you do is you do it to an opponent's high or low attack to make it easier to block. Merciless Rush, so we have an attack. High, 4 speed, 5 damage, low block. If your printed hand size is less than your rival's, this attack gets -1 difficulty. So this is a card that would be good in my Dan deck, and since it has death as one of its symbols, I could play it, because Dan has an already lower than normal hand size. If this attack is completely blocked, your rival destroys 1 foundation. EXX Enhance. Discard 1 or more momentum. This attack gets +X speed for each momentum used to pay the cost of this ability. Okay, so that is one of the ways you can use momentum. An EX attack is actually another term from a fighting game, which is a stronger version of a normal special attack. Normal special attack. That's an oxymoron, isn't it? Basically, a kick is a regular attack, but a Hadoken is a normal attack, but then you can also have EX Hadoken, which would be a powered-up form of that special attack. That's my explanation there. Keen Observation. It's Facepalm. Flip. After your rival loses health due to an effect, your rival loses 1 health. This effect cannot reduce your rival below 1 health. So it's another one-time effect, but it's one where I assume there are attacks that cause health loss rather than damage, and you'd combo with that. That sounds like it's online with Facepalm's ability. I actually can't remember Facepalm's actual name. I just call him Facepalm because he has a floating hand perpetually facepalming on his face. But his ability is like corrosion, like a corrosive touch. So, Someone with Style. Oh, it's him again. It's Mr. Bellybuttonland. Response Destroy. After this foundation is committed due to a stun ability, reduce your rival's attack to 0 speed, playable while committed. So, I guess a stun ability would be listed on the attack card. Once per turn, destroy 1 foundation, ready this foundation, playable while committed. So, it looks like Bellybutton is all about committing, destroying, and recycling foundations. His ability is he can shoot Bellybutton lasers, but it makes him nauseous. Expert Flurry, and this is the guy from the sleeping bag. He, as long as he doesn't blink, he can shut down people's abilities. Combo Enhance, discard 1 rival momentum. Your next attack this turn gets +2 damage. Combo Blank. This attack's Combo Enhance cannot be played unless the card immediately preceding it matches the requirement in parentheses. Alright. Apathetic, flip 1 rival foundation. So this is foundation for foundation. I assume the flipped foundations can still be used to pay costs. Glamorous. I'm getting a lot of this crazy brain guy and Bellybutton. Yeah, I don't remember their names. I'm not that good with names. Yell at me in the comments all you want. I got Todoroki. Aha. Okay, so this is our first character card. He has a hand size of 7 and a health of just 20. That is really low. Commit 1 foundation. Your attack gets +1 damage for every 2 ranged attacks in your discard pile. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. After your rival plays an enhance ability on a non-character card, cancel it. Okay, so I guess because he has a lot of field control, Shoto Todoroki, also known as Hot Ice, or that's what I call him anyway, with that Rookie of the Year reference. He has powers of heat and cold. Oh yeah, he has I think he has a larger hand size too at 7. I believe the others have a hand size of 6. Yeah. So Midoriya gets 28 health, but only 6 cards, and Todoroki gets an ability to shut down other cards. Okay, and now we have our rare Engine Rush. This is Ida. I remember Todoroki and Ida. Todoroki, what he is he's really powerful, but he's also kind of a meathead. He's not the best at, like, actually making detailed plans. He tends to rely on others for that. He's basically a guy that you point at the target. Similar to Bakugo, you just point him at the target and watch him work. Commit 1 foundation. If this attack is not blocked, draw 2 cards. End this enhanced step. Okay, so I guess that's not bad. Oh, it's a kick with powerful 2. Powerful, I believe, is a card that allows you to convert momentum into additional strikes, or it's either into additional... What does powerful do? I've forgotten what powerful does. Man, I'm a mess today. I'll have a text box explaining how powerful works. I think it's multi-hit to have the ones that turn momentum into more versions of the attacks, but there's our first pack and our first rare. Might as well have our characters featured here too. There we go. On to the next pack. I think Todoroki actually means meandering, which is supposed to be about his character because his father is like a huge jerkwad named Endeavor. Endeavor is basically how most writers think Superman behaves versus All Might, which is how he actually behaves. All right. So, grasping tape toss. Yeah, that's right. Get rid of that guy, that weirdo. So it's a low speed mid, so it's easy to block. Enhance. If this attack is not blocked, commit 1 rival foundation. Add 2 rival foundations to the bottom of their deck. Deadlock. Okay, throw. If this attack is completely blocked, it deals half damage rounded up during the damage step. So a throw, a throw is how you get through a lot of guards in a lot of fighting games. So the idea of using a throw is how you break a guard, so it will always deal half damage no matter what. All right, plug in. After this card is committed to due to your rival's effect, draw 1 card, playable while committed. That's pretty good. Another counter move, corrosion lunge. See what I mean? He just has this disembodied hand just permanently attached to his face. If this attack is blocked, your next attack this turn gets +2 speed and +2 damage. So this is like a decent combo starter. If this attack is completely blocked, it still deals 3 damage. So, like I said, it's that corrosive ability, has a corrosive touch. Electric Jolt. We have Pikachu Man. I can't remember these heroes' names. It doesn't help that they don't use like their superhero names on here. They're using like their actual names. EX2 stun 1. So if this attack is added to your momentum, add it face up. So I assume stun is what allows you to tap opposing foundations, and it says so right here. EX. I can't quite remember it, but I'll put the list here. If this attack is added to your momentum, add it face up. Flip, commit 1 rival foundation. Oh, that's cool. Normally the foundation, the momentum gets added face down. If this attack is completely blocked, it still deals damage still deals 1 damage. Okay. Resistance, commit your rival's next attack this turn gets -2 damage. After your rival plays a stun ability, cancel it. That's pretty good. Dark Shadow Talon. Add 1 action from your discard pile to your card pool. Your rival loses 1 health for each ally card in your card pool. All right. It can't be fixed. This is the reason All Might is losing his powers, is because he was hit with a really bad attack that caused permanent damage. After you commit any number of cards due to your rival's effect, build the top card of your deck face down. Build. Does that get added to momentum? I'm not entirely sure. Berserker Blow. There he is again. Destroy 1 foundation. If this attack is not blocked, if your character is no move, build the top card of your deck face down. And destroy 2 rival foundations. And encouraging training partner. Commit after you take 5 or more damage, gain 1 health. So foundations are things that you basically bring to a fight. Your experience, your training, and all of that. And the attacks are what you perform to try to get through. Touch of Decay. Here we are again. Commit 1 foundation. If this attack is completely blocked, add it to your hand after it resolves. If this attack is not blocked, draw 1 card. So this is a good one. It's got some nice hand flow. We didn't get a character card in that one. It's a bit weird how they make character cards kind of difficult to get in these kinds of games. If you ask me, games that use avatar cards, the avatars shouldn't be at too much of a premium. Although I guess in this case, since they've made them uncommons instead of like rares. But I know like games like Force of Will make their characters like difficult to get. Infinite Potential. Flip. After your rival plays an attack, change its zone to high. So that's not bad. you can make it so that you're guaranteed to work with a high block, because this card is itself a high block. Smash, Fury, and Punch. So this is one that it looks like it can only be used by out of the. Oh no, both of these characters can use it. Or yeah, can both of my characters use it? No, only Deku has access to this, but it's just a basic smash. If this attack is blocked, your rival flips one foundation. Not bad. Tight-lipped. Flip one foundation, your attack gets +1 damage. Pretty basic one. Short Circuit. Destroy. Return this non-charge attack to its printed damage. So yeah, the electric guy, his weakness is if he uses too much electricity at once, he kinda goes addle-brained for a brief period. Return this non-charge attack to its printed damage. Oh, okay. Zero Gravity Lift. We have another one. It's another throw. Enhance momentum. Remove after your attack resolves. Add it to your momentum. All right. Celebrity Status. Add one of your momentum to the top of your deck. Okay. That one kind of works with, I don't know if you can combo that with the electric ability. Aw, darn, they're incompatible. Well, if the character has any two of these abilities, then you can combine those two to keep them face up. Encouraging Training Partner. Late Riser, there he is again. After this card is discarded from your hand during the enhanced step, this attack gets +1 or -2 speed. Alright, so this can be played on either turn. Decaying Grip, I think we've seen this one. And Indiscriminate Shock, 1.3 million volts. Okay, this attack gets +1 damage for each committed rival foundation. Commit one foundation, your rival commits one foundation. So each enhance can only be used once per battle. So if you use a character that a lot of stun, so stun forces the player to commit. So this is like a finishing move card if you can get off that much damage there. It's a low attack too, so it's a bit tricky to block. That's a good card. But yeah, a lot of these games have like their win condition card where they just pump crazy amounts of damage. And Corrosive Lunge, we've seen that one. Desperate Times, plug in. Someone with Style. Barute's Strength. Lose 1 health, your attack gets +1 damage. And Destroy one foundation, your attack gets +1 damage. So I don't know if we're going to get Nomu's card. He was like just this berserker guy who showed up one day. Self-Assured. Commit. Change the zone of this attack. Destroy 1 card for every 4 ranged attacks in your discard pile. Not bad. Missouri Smash. And there's All Might in his proper getup. If this attack deals damage, build the next foundation you play face up. Alright. If a punch attack... Oh, so build is, I guess, you add 1 card from your deck to your foundation area. Okay, that's interesting. Think fast. Commit 1 foundation, change the zone of your attack. If your attack has been changed... If the zone of your attack has been changed, it gets +1 speed and +1 damage. So you can change the zone of your own attack. Oh yeah, it is to your own attack, so you have to use that effect, but it also can be comboed with other abilities. And Tape. Oh, it's the same guy. Flip, change this attack zone to mid. Flip this mid attack gets -2 speed. So this is basically the opposite of Think Fast. It has some additional restraint. Now the XR cards, I believe, are just foil versions of regular cards, so they're not terribly special unless it's based on a rare card. Next pack. Well, we've only done 4. I guess 4.5 if we count let's not damage the card. Let's just do the good old strip. Hardened Frenzy. If this attack is completely blocked, build it face down after it resolves. Okay, so this is one that. So I guess I'm not wrong when I assume that build means add it to your foundation area face down. Observant Study. Look at the top card of your deck. If a card has left your card pool this turn, add 1 ranged attack from your discard pile to your hand. Oh, that's cool. So, let's see. Can Bakugo use this one? Can Katchan use this one? Oh, darn. Oh, yeah, he can. So this is a good one for Katchan. Because he can make cards leave his hand, although I don't know if he uses ranged attacks. Binding Kick. Discard 1 momentum. This attack gets +3 damage. Alright. Combo Enhance. Okay, so that is, yep. This attack's combo enhance cannot be played unless the card immediately preceding it matches the requirement in parentheses. So this is a combo, so this is a card you play after an attack to get that combo enhance. Okay. So this is, if you play a regular attack and then you play the combo attack afterwards, you get that benefit. Alright. Flying Thruster Kick, there's Ida again. This attack gets +2 damage, only playable if the attack has received a speed bonus. So Ida has like tailpipes in his legs that allow him to run really fast, so I imagine having high speed would be his trick. Start with the basics. Okay, there's a picture of Yaoyorozu. Yay, my favorite. Commit. Your weapon attacks gets +1 speed and +2 damage. And create capturing net. I don't know if, I think we're getting a character card in this pack. Combo enhance. This attack gains stun 2. It's another one with a combo. I think her trick is that she's constantly cycling cards around. What Yaoyorozu can do is she can essentially generate any small material that she knows the composition of. She's good enough at it. She kind of secretes it out of her skin, and she's actually good enough at it that she can create functional Matryoshka dolls, which, you know, they have to be like those nesting dolls that you basically would have a really hard time 3D printing. So she's a literal toolbox. I like her because she has like a natural leadership and she's able to keep a level head. This is compared to all the meatheads I was just talking about. You've got, these guys are all like meatheads. You put them in a fight and they tend to focus on nothing else. I mean, Izuku can do some bigger picture strategizing, but the moment he actually gets involved in any kind of combat, he turns into that meathead here. Yaoyorozu is by comparison a mere mortal. She doesn't have like super strength or super speed or anything, so she tends to have to keep that level head. When things go crazy, they tend to turn to her for leadership, for ideas. She is always shown thinking her way out of a situation. That's why I think she's such a great character. Back to back. Flip this attack. It's -3 damage. Only playable if you have an ally card in your card pool. So I think his trick is, so this guy has he has a stand. He's a stand user. He has like a raven-shaped shadow that he can use to perform moves. We got wall climb. This is Asui Tsuyu. I think her superhero name is supposed to be Froppy, which is kind of weird, but she has like frog ability, so being able to climb a wall is certainly not out of the ordinary for her. I see a lot of pink. Oh, it's Uraraka. Okay, so Uraraka is she's the one with power over gravity, 6 hand, 27 health, so slightly less health than Izuku and Bakugo. Once per turn, after your charge or high attack resolves, add it to your momentum. Well, that's pretty cool. So that adds it to your card pool. So it's a similar ability to Katchan in that it takes that card out of your card pool, which is, like I said, a good ability because it lowers the difficulty of the next attack. Commit. If you have 1 or more momentum, your attack gets +3 speed, and you may add 1 momentum to your hand. Oh, that's really cool. So she can recycle attacks. So if she gets some support, she could recycle like an attack at least once per turn, play the same attack twice. And Blitz Rush, another one from the electric guy, the indiscriminate shock 1.3 million volts. This attack gets +2 damage for each card in your momentum. Your rival commits 1 foundation for each card in your momentum. So this would be something you'd use to lead up to indiscriminate shock. It's a difficulty 6, so this is another late game card. We got Uraraka. Darn, with all those Yaoyorozu cards, I was hoping to get Yaoyorozu's character to top out the pack. But like I said, it's an uncommon. I would be surprised if I did not get a full suite of the character cards in a single box. Like, I've seen that. I've pointed out how that has been done with Flesh and Blood, how you get the same spread of tokens every time. Got Smash. We got Gotcha. After this card is, I thought that was Jaden's catchphrase. After this card is committed during the enhanced step, this attack gets +1 or -1 speed. So he manipulates speed to make attacks easier or more difficult to block. I guess that's his shtick. No. 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 We're just not going to indulge that. We're just not going to indulge it. No. Okay. Back to work. Specialist of Sound. So she has abilities where she has these little antennae coming off of her ears where earrings would be, and she can plug them into electronic devices or into walls and stuff and detect or generate sound waves. It's an interesting ability. It's like got sonar. It's got the ability to distract or generate a heterodyne. I don't know if she can like interfere with radio communication, but like I guess if she tapped into like an antenna or something, she could. 20-meter tongue strike. So, like I said, she has the frog abilities. If your character is committed, commit 1 rival foundation. So, yes, you can commit your character card to pay for costs just like you would with a foundation. So, you essentially start the game with 1 foundation in play. Celebrity status. Erase. Oh, man, I kind of wish this card was I mean, this is clearly a screenshot from the show, but I wish that this card was holographic. This card would look awesome in holographic with that effect there. Remove seal one rival asset or foundation. So that, I assume, flips it face down. But yeah, as long as he does not blink, he can make it so that somebody's abilities don't work. And there she is, Kyoka. There she is. She's the one with the radio abilities. Once per turn, look at the top 2 cards of both players' decks. You may replace them in any order. After you play a charge attack, it gets +1 damage for each card in your card pool. After you play a weapon attack, it gets +1 speed for each card in your card pool. So she gets, looks like kind of a mix of the electric character and Yaoyorozu's abilities. Yaoyorozu is all about manipulating weapons. No. Oh, I got another copy of Meteor Shower. Okay. So now I have 2 copies of Uraraka's Meteor Shower. The game, I believe, is limit 3. Oh, no, it's limit 4. Most games tend to be limit 3 and limit 4. Oh, yeah, there it is. It says redemption right here. So you want to make sure you save the part of the pack that has that skull on it so that you can redeem them for stuff. I think you get enough in a booster box to trade in for a card. You'd have to get several booster boxes to get something like a mat or something. Calling for backup. Flip, draw 1 card. If this was not the first enhanced, play this enhanced step, discard 1 card. Oh, okay. So you have to do it first for your enhanced step, and you kind of go back and forth on enhanced steps. So okay, so this one says ally. So this is the Dark Shadow abilities. This is what he uses. Is he uses cards that have ally in their descriptor to increase their strength. All right. Amphibious. Once per turn, if this card has left your card pool this turn, ready this foundation, playable while committed. Oh, if a card has left your card pool this turn. So that's another one that actually works well with Bakugo, and he has that ability that would allow him to... He has the right nature to use Amphibious. Grasping Tape Toss, Keen Observation, Dark Shadow Talon. What's their plan? Flip, choose one of the following effects. Both players discard with momentum. The next attack this turn loses EX or Powerful or Stun. Oh, that's cool. So Tape has a lot of lockdown cards. That's cool, that's cool. Nervous Habit. There's Facepalm again. Lose 1 health, your attack gets +1 speed. After this card is committed due to your rival's effect, your rival destroys 1 foundation. Okay. And Amplified Sound Blast. And Night Watch. Alright. Remove 1 action card from your discard pile. After your rival plays a non-character enhance, cancel it. Alright, so some more cancels there. So he's a character who's all about canceling abilities. That makes sense for him. I love how you're able to take these card effects and sort of build a narrative of what the characters are. They have a system that follows fighting game mechanics pretty closely, but has enough flexibility that you can introduce keywords and effects that grant them some cool stuff. So we've already seen Clever Distraction, Amphibious, Dark Shadow Slash, Naval Laser Charge. Discard 1 momentum, gain 3 health. If you have flipped a foundation during this enhanced step, your next attack this turn gets +1 speed and +1 damage. So yep, that again. Keen Observation. Natural Leader. Why is Ida up there? I mean, Ida's good at keeping things in order, but he's a meathead. You guys all saw the fight with Stain. He's a meathead. Commit this middle attack, gets +2 speed. Oh, come on. I mean, Yaoyorozu's the natural leader. Like I said, you saw how he fought Stain. He's a meathead. It can't be fixed. 0 gravity capture. So this is it's a charge. Okay, flip. This attack gets +3 damage. Deadlock enhance, add 1 momentum to your hand. I'm not sure what deadlock means. I will have the text on the screen. What's their plan? And no. Yay, it's Yaoyorozu again. Preparing for battle. Commit, discard 1 card, draw 1 card. That's good. A little quick cycling. Moving on, Mediator. Release. So what she does is she can only focus on keeping so many things weightless for so long, because it will cause her to have motion sickness, and then releasing is how she lets go. Destroy 1 foundation. Your check to block this attack gets +2. Improvised Blade. So here she's getting weapon combo charge. So she has to play a charge card before she can use this one. This attack gets +1 damage for each card in your card pool, so this is another one where you want to play it at the late game. This attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each card in your card pool, and that's a Deadlock enhance. Alright. Resistance. Your opponent's next attack this turn gets -2 damage. I think we've seen this one. Fulfilled my duty. Destroy end this enhanced step. So he can prevent your opponent... This is to prevent your opponent from using their own enhances as responses. There he is. Oh, wow. He has a really small hand size of 5, but a high health of 35. So that makes sense for him. He's a meathead. You can literally see the meat of his head. Commit 1 foundation before the damage step of this unblocked attack. Reduce its damage by 6. So he can only do that once per turn. And enhance your non-throw attack gets a damage bonus equal to its printed difficulty. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah, this guy seems pretty scary. Destined for mainstream success. Flip, name a card, then reveal the top card of your deck. If the card matches the name type, add it to your hand. And we already saw that there were some cards that allow you to peek at the top card of your deck. So that will be nice. And super regeneration. After you lose health due to your rival's attack or effect, gain 3 health. And that's a flip, and that's a Nomu card. So yeah, Nomu seems pretty scary. He's very much meathead the card type. Harden, after you block with this card, your rival's next attack this turn gets -2 damage. Massive Flash Freeze. I don't think we've gotten a Todoroki attack yet. Discard the top card of your deck. Your next check to play a ranged attack gets +1. So you get to go through your deck multiple times. So milling cards to get more ranged attacks and other abilities is pretty nice. Requesting assistance if you have 1 or more momentum ready. Ready 1 foundation that has not been ready this combat phase. Zero Gravity Lift. We've already seen this one. Someone with Style. Flying Thruster Kick. Electric Surge. If this attack is added to your momentum, we've already seen this one. Destined for mainstream success. Denki. There he is. Denki Kaminari. His name is literally Electric Lightning. That's literally what his name translates out to. So he's another one with a hand size of 7 and 20 health. After your charge attack deals damage, add all cards from your card pool to your momentum. This ability cannot be canceled. So that's once per game. So he can essentially completely reset his card pool and take the difficulty enhancements back down to 0. So that's something you do on your finishing turn. And coordinated effort. Commit after your blocked attack resolves. Build it face down. That's another one that makes sense to that removes cards from the card pool. There's a lot of ones that remove cards from the card pool in order to make things easier. Preparing for battle. Resistance. Hardened Jab. Punch. Add 1 face down foundation from your stage to your hand. Build the top card of your deck face down. All right. Specialist of Sound. Classmate introductions. Decaying Grip. Oh, we got another one. We got another... I actually can't remember how much she used the sword. I guess Yayarosa must have generated it for her. And Plug In. All right, so this is another XR. So we already saw Plug In. This is just a foil version of an otherwise common card. Discard 1 card, build 1 asset from your discard pile face up. So we haven't encountered any assets yet. Assets have actions have a blue border and assets have a green border. I'm a bit surprised we haven't encountered any of those yet. I wonder if they are just not very common in this game. Merciless Rush. So we have Nomu again. Precise Control. Add this card to your hand. So that's Todoroki again. Panache Shining Naval Blast. 20-meter Tongue Strike. Stronger in Darkness. If your character is committed, this attack gets +1 damage. Frozen. Destroy 1 foundation. Your rival commits 1 foundation. Recipro Extend. Your next kick attack this turn gets +2 speed and +2 damage. Draw 1 card. Classmate introductions. Yay! Create Bow Staff. Yeah, that's her ability. She can generate objects from her skin. It's neat. And Staff Strike. Ooh, I got her Ultra. Not bad. Combo, Weapon, or Foundation. The next 2 weapon cards you try to play this turn ignore progressive difficulty. So basically those attack for free. Draw 1 card for each foundation in your card pool. Cool! That's good. So that means I can actually start to build a deck if I get her character card. I imagine it'll show up. It'll show up. Shock Absorption, that's another Nomu card, I assume. Destroy this attack, gets -2 speed, playable while committed. So you commit the card and then you use its effect to discard it. Massive Flash Freeze. Discard the top card of your deck. Your next check to play a ranged attack gets +1. So I think I've already seen that one. Infinite Potential, Create Capturing Net, Natural Leader, Improvised Blade, Apathetic. Yay! I got her. I got the card I wanted. Destroy one foundation, build one asset or weapon foundation from your card pool face up. This attack gets +1 or +2 or -2 speed. So that's a really good effect. Once per turn, remove one foundation, add one weapon card from your discard pile to your hand. So lots of really good stuff that she can do. She's a lot of discard manipulation. Surge and Gale Force Punch. If you have fewer foundations than your rival, destroy one rival foundation. Lose 3 health. Your next Fury or Punch attack gets +5 damage. Oh, wow. So he gets... Nomu gets a lot of really scary attacks. I guess you'd have to block a lot of his moves. But yeah, I got the Yaoyorozu card, and I got one of her ultra rare cards. So yay, we're having a fun time today. Shock Absorption, Grasping Tape Toss, Tight Lipped, Frozen, Dark Shadow Talon, Creepy Realization. He's realizing that he's a complete and utter creep. What do you know? Wall Climb. There we go. There's an action. Finally we get an action card. Summon Dark Shadow, ally card. While this card is in your card pool, your attacks get +1 speed and +1 damage. So basically, you use this as your start of turn effect, and it lasts for the rest of the turn. Your next check to play a card this turn gets +3. Commit your character. All right, so that's pretty good. And you commit the character, and you gain a bunch of abilities that benefit that as well. Berserker Blow and Binding Cloth Capture. So I got Deadeye's 2. All right. Let's keep going. I wonder. I can't remember how many characters are in here. Although, like I said, if things are done right, then you basically get every character: Shining Naval Blast, Amphibious, Plug-in, Release, Improvised Blade, Tape, Rapid, Tape Strike, Range Stun 1. So he gets a lot of negation. That seems really good. What's their plan? Shock Treatment. Enhance your attack, discard 1 momentum, commit 1 rival foundation, and destroy to commit 1 rival foundation. So get a lot of cool stuff there. And Zero Gravity Lift. See, we got like the regular version of this card. Like I said, these are only good if I'm getting like the ultras. Was Zero Gravity Lift, was that a regular rare? Nope, it was just a regular old card. All right. It goes faster once you've taken a look at a lot of the cards. It tends to speed up, tends to be really slow for the first few packs on my videos. But once, it's cards we've seen that I've talked about. Harden. I'm going to destroy every single one a different way. Observant Student. Look at the top card of your deck. Stronger in Darkness. 20-meter Tongue Strike. Tape. Oh no, this card, it has a manufacturing defect. The fact that it was manufactured at all is a defect. I will fix this right now. Okay. I don't even remember what just happened. What just happened? Let's move on and pretend that didn't happen. Villainous Entrance. Commit. Your Fury attack gets stun 1. Although I guess that does mean that Bakugo could use this card too, despite the fact that he's not a villain. A Precious Lesson. After one of your foundations is moved or destroyed, build the top card of your deck face down. So that's another good one for Yaoyorozu. If Bakugo could use it, I don't think he can. Nope, he can't. He would have made good use of that too. And Cool Student. Discard 1 momentum. Your next check to play a card gets +2. Add this card to the top of your deck. All right. Oh, you add the card to the top of your deck because it has that nice high check there. Okay, that's really good. That's a good card in any deck can get it into. Smash Mediator. Destroy your rival's attacks, get -3 speed. If you have played an action card this turn, draw 1 card. So he's stopping a showdown, I guess. Requesting Assistance. Expert Flurry. Short Circuit. Hardened Jab. Eraserhead. There he is. That's his name. Whoa. His health is only 19. Before the game begins, add up to 1 copy of Erase from your deck to your discard pile, then shuffle your deck. Discard 1 card. This attack gets +2 or -2 speed, and 1 copy of Erase from your discard pile to your hand. I don't know if we've gotten any copies of Erase. I hope that's not like an ultra rare card and that whole thing is his build there. Commit after you play or block with an action, draw 2 cards. So he has a lot of card flow by the look of it, a lot of restriction as well. Create Bow Staff, destined for mainstream success. And One for All, full cowling, 5% strike. Oh wow, I think this is actually one of the good cards. One of the cards that people are looking for. Discard your hand, draw 3 cards. If this attack is not blocked, commit your rival's character. So this actually offsets. 5% is what happens is if Izuku uses too much of his power, he winds up hurting himself. The 5% is him limiting his power so that he can use it without damaging himself. So his enhance that allows him to discard his hand to draw 3 cards. If you have no hand left because you used his enhance to do his big damage buff, then that's just a free 3 cards. That's good. Moving on. All right. Precise Control, Smash, Mediator, Dark Shadow Tactics, start with the basics, Naval Laser Charge, Zero Gravity Capture, Glamorous. There we go, All Might. He has a smaller hand size of 5, but a health of 30. He's kind of the opposite of Eraserhead. Once per turn, permanently reduce your character's hand size by 1 to draw 3 cards. So I guess this is meant to represent him using up all his ability. Commit your Fury or Punch attack gains powerful X. X equals the number of cards in your hand. Okay, so, powerful. Discard 1 or more momentum. The attack gets plus X damage for each momentum used to pay the cost of this ability. Okay, now we know what powerful means. I kind of wish that reminder text had been on the non-character cards. And Tongue Smack. Another Asui Tsuyu card. I hope we get her in this box. If your character is committed, this attack gets plus 2 damage. Draw 1 card. Only playable card is left your card pool this turn. So again, that's another one that's... I guess Asui is also one about removing cards from the card pool. But like I said, that would work for Bakugo too, because he's always removing cards from his card pool as well, and he has the Whirlpool effect, which would allow him to do that. Grasping Tape Toss, Harden, Amphibious, Electric Jolt, da-da, Missouri Smash, Late Riser. There we go. Fumikage Tokoyami. A bunch of words meaning darkness and shadows and stuff. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 copy of Summon Dark Shadow from your discard pile to your hands. That was that blue card we encountered earlier. This attack gets plus 1 or minus 1 damage, only playable while committed, and Earphone Jack. Oh, here's an asset! Finally! Finally, we got an asset. So, an asset behaves like a foundation, but you cannot commit it in order to enhance abilities. After you play an attack, discard the top card of your rival's deck. If the attack you played is a charge attack, it gets plus 1 speed. Or commit after your attack deals damage. Ready 1 foundation that has not been readied this combat phase. So, pretty neat. It can do some fun stuff. But like I said, they tend to have stronger effects, but they cannot be tapped like foundations. It means they also cannot be targeted like foundations, which is also really nice. Man, I think I have the packs closer to the mic than my own voice, so you guys have been getting a lot of pack ASMR out here. It can't be fixed. Electric Surge. Manly, passionate guy. After you block with a foundation, build it face up. Not bad. So you get to add those foundations to your hand, and pull no punches! Battle! Destroy. Add 1 punch attack from your card pool to your momentum. And like I said, that removes it from your card pool, which reduces the difficulty of any cards you play afterwards. So that's pretty cool. I wish there was some reminder text on what deadlock meant. Let's try to open one nice and smooth this time. I actually opened it the regular way. Shining Naval Blast, Tight-Lipped, Observant Student, Creepy Realization, Tape, Naval Laser Charge, Nervous Habit, and Rising Starlet. After you build this card, gain 1 health. So the idea is that superheroes in this world also have like a celebrity status to them, so they're frequently used to promote products and stuff. This is from Yaoyorozu's apprenticeship, where she was chosen by a hero for not for her intelligence. I'll give you that much. After you build this card, gain 1 health. Build 1 weapon asset or weapon foundation from your card pool face up. So more fun stuff that Yaoyorozu can do. I haven't gotten a lot of weapons for her though. Hardened Jab, Stronger Darkness, Pop Off Step, Back to Back, Haneda Sero, okay. Oh, and Evil Gaze. I got another Ultra there, so that's another action. It's not freeze though, so I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. Lose 2 health. This attack gains plus 2 or minus 2 speed. If this attack is blocked, destroy 1 rival foundation, remove this card from the game. Not bad. Destroy 1 rival foundation, remove this card from the game. I'm not sure what deadlock means. I wish there was a card that told me what deadlock means in this set. It's the first time people are being introduced to this effect. Should probably include that here. Brute Strength, Zero Gravity Lift, Summon Dark Shadow. Oh, so I got a couple of them. And they got Kirishima, Binding Cloth Assault, and, ooh, look at that, XR All Might. So that's a fancy card. These XR character cards, I think, or something. Binding Cloth Assault. Combo weapon. So it has to combo with a weapon attack, but if you have played an action this turn, this attack gets +2 speed. All right, so this is our final pack. We're actually down to the final pack already. I mean, I got what appear to be some pretty good cards in there. I mean, I got the character I was fishing for. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 characters. I assume that's all of them. Although if it's not all of them, then the last one is probably in this pack here. 10 characters. 10 and no more. I don't know what you're talking about, 11. I only got 10. Tight-lipped, Binding Kick, Gotcha, Specialist of Sound, Missouri Smash, Charged Up, Erase. Oh, okay, so we've already gotten a copy of this. And Ice Storm, all right. Ending on a Todoroki card. So Erase was one of the actions I got earlier. The one that I was like, hey, this would be cool if it was in foil. This attack cannot be blocked by attack cards. This attack gets +2 speed. +2 speed. The speed of this attack cannot be reduced. So Ice Storm, powerful 3. So Breaker 2, powerful 3. Breaker 2, I believe, means that. What does Breaker mean? Well, I'll have it highlighted here. This is clearly one meant to seize control of a fight. So, all right, that's a look at this. I'll maybe see if I can build some decks with it. Oh yeah, this is another one with a good example of use of Void. You can see a lot of the foil just coming straight through on that design there. So we got some interesting ones. We got EX All Might. We got the one for all full cowling 5% strike. We got some interesting cards here. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take some of these. I'm gonna see what I can build. Try to build maybe at least a Yaoyorozu deck. See what sorts of fun stuff can happen. So yeah, I already did a video all about this this game just a couple of days ago. So if you want to learn more about what it's like, how it plays, and how understanding fighting game terminology can help you get it, then by all means go ahead and look at that. I hope you guys had fun. So that is the Universus box. I'm going to take these packs and I can actually redeem them for something, so I'm going to be doing that. Oh wait, I almost forgot. We have the My Hero Academia, we still have the Quirk Pack. We have the other Quirk Pack to do. I almost forgot. You guys almost let me forget. So anyway, I think the one that people would fish for would be the All Might True Form, which would be his like shriveled self with that big poison damage on there. So, I didn't cut deep enough. The card is like a good solid centimeter below the line, so don't worry, I'm not going to cut into that. There we go. All right, so what have we got? Oh, it might be. I think it might be. Yep, got him. All Might True Form, 7 hand size, 30 health. So he has to have something. Oh, at the start of your turn, lose 3 health. This cannot reduce your health below 1. Okay, so he loses a lot of stats. How do his stats compare with the regular All Might? So I got. Oh, he actually has rather than Earth, he has Death as his as one of his abilities there. So man, I got EX All Might and I got True Form All Might. Yeah, but the idea is he's losing his power. Once per turn. Okay, so you lose 3 health per turn, once per game. Place 1 copy of All Might, any version from your hand on top of this character. For the rest of this turn, you may use the abilities on that version of All Might. Remove that All Might at the end of this turn. And enhance, discard 1 All Might card. Your attack gets +3 damage, draw 1 card. So this is one that relies on having additional copies of the regular All Might in your deck. And like I said, you can. It's new that they have you. Play a new. I thought there was the ability to play alternative versions of characters on top of each other. I guess it has to be a special ability in this case. That might be a change here. But it does say All Might any version. So he changes himself into his... and he can permanently reduce his hand size by 1 to draw 3 cards, but that's off of a hand size of 7. So I guess the idea is he gets this form of himself into play. Let's see. So what does it say? Remove that All Might at the end of this turn. So he's not able to fend off his health loss ability, but he is able to benefit from a slightly higher hand size. And he can discard an All Might card to deal +3 damage and draw a card. So, seems like more of a gimmick set. Oh, it says character version 4. So they have additional versions of these characters. They have character version 1 and character version 4. So that's a bit of a leap. It seems like it comes a few down the line, even though we meet this version of All Might, I believe, in the very first chapter. So that's pretty interesting. I'll have to see how some of these decks go together. I mean, I'm going to try to build a Yaoyorozu deck, although personally, if I wanted to build a deck, the kind of deck I typically would make would probably be one that uses Nomu, because if you guys remember from my Bleach video, I used the Chad deck, which is all about that same kind of haymaker damage. So, yeah, there we go. A lot of fun with this. Box. Got a lot of the more fun cards out of it. So yeah, there it is. Universus. Actually, let's go ahead and finish this off with a box breakdown. I do like to do these. Universus appears to be a bit more loosey-goosey in its rates than a lot of the other games I've encountered. I did get 6 ultra rares, which means it's 1 in 4 packs, and that is something that they said is pretty average. I got that along with 4 XR rares, which is apparently also average. 6 of these, 4 of these, although they said that that number can fluctuate. I guess that's to try to entice people to try to test their luck on a box, but like I've said, these days a lot of people expect booster boxes to be fairly consistent with the spread of cards they have. There's also the fact that I only got like 10 of the character cards, and apparently there's 16, and this actually brings up it's actually kind of interesting how they do the card numbering here, because what you do is, rather than doing things in alphabetical order or by card type, it is instead by character. So you get the character, for example, All Might here is number 1, and then you get the cards that reference that character as the next few cards, which brings us up to 9, which gets us Denki Kaminari as our second character. The characters themselves appear to be in alphabetical order, because it starts with All Might and ends with I think Ochako was the last one I got. So I think those characters are in alphabetical order. It's late. I must be tired. But yes, they are. The characters are in alphabetical order, and each of their cards are followed by it. However, something you might have noticed is that this means each character only gets about 8 unique cards that they can use. Which is unlike Midoriya and Bakugo, who, thanks to being in starter decks, actually get 17 unique cards each. And this means that at a playset of 4, you're only going to get about 32 cards, and that is if you get all of their cards at all of their rarities, including their ultra rares, in a minimum deck size 50 game. Well, 51 if you include the character card. I mean, I understand the desire to get as many people out as possible, to make sure that people get their favorite characters as soon as they possibly can, but I think it might have benefited a bit more from distributing more cards among fewer characters, so that if you cut the number of characters in the set by like a third, then everybody gets, on average, about 12 different cards to work with, which gets you up to 48 if you get full playset of everything, which still isn't a finished deck, but the amount of additional cards you'd have to put in would be minimal. But this is where UFS/Universus gets its largest strength, is that it has the disciplines, that you kind of want to build a deck towards one discipline, but you get 3 disciplines to choose from, and there's lots of crossover between cards. So I guess if they're trying to emphasize that, then that's not really much of a problem. The problem, I'd say, is this card right here. So this is the secret rare that I got. 1 for all, full cowling, 5% strike. This is one of the 2 secret rares, and this is a card that is 1 in 3 boxes, and according to my calculation, any rarity that appears less than once per box is what I call super premium rare. These are cards that are supposed to be like chase cards, fun cards, but the problem is 1 for all, full cowling, 5% strike is a ludicrously good card for a Deku deck, because what happens is if you attack with it during the enhanced step, you can discard your hand to draw 3 cards. But here's the thing, if you guys watched my previous video, you know that Izuku has an ability that allows him to discard his entire hand to give a punch attack, such as this one, a damage boost of plus 10, which is pretty frightening when there are characters who have health scores as low as 20, which, adding on top of the 6 this attack already does, that's 16 damage. That is at least half health for most things. The downside is that you discard your hand, and it's actually not the fact that you lose all those cards That's the big problem. This game's card flow is insane. You draw back up to your hand size every turn, you'll get those cards back. It's that you are completely defenseless on your opponent's turn, because you have to play blocks from your hand. So if you fail to defeat your opponent with this big hit, then you're leaving yourself open for like at least 10 points of damage in retaliation from their just unblocked, unfettered attacks. This card, on its own, completely negates that problem, because you discard your hand to increase its damage by 10, but then you use its enhance effect to discard your hand, which is currently 0, and draw 3 cards. So now you have some cards in your hand to block with, or even worse, extend the combo. So this is a ridiculously powerful card for a Midoriya deck, because it is a self-contained weakness nullifier, combo extender, just ridiculously powerful. So I believe I'm on record on saying that doing this with a super premium rare, where you take a premium rare card, where you take a card that appears, whose rarity appears in less than 1 per box, and make it a card that's like mandatory for competitive play. I'm on record for calling that a dick move. So yeah, I don't think this is very good game design. Although, back on the subject of the regular box content, something I noticed was that the collector numbers actually randomly jumped from 54 to 91, and that is because the starter deck cards for Izuku and Bakugo are actually included in the collector card number. So these actually count towards the set. On one hand, it is nice that the starter deck cards not appearing in the booster pack means that they will not be cluttering up booster packs. However, it also means that since you cannot get these cards any other way, cards in the starter deck that come at like 1 copy, like Determined Victory Smash, are can only be acquired, or 2 copies of Aspiring Punch can only be acquired by purchasing the starter deck. And these things are not cheap. They have a recommended retail price of $40. So that's expecting people, if they want to get a full playset of this card, they have to buy 4 copies of that big, expensive rival starter set. And I've also said that's not great. I've explained pretty clearly that the only reason Yu-Gi-Oh! Gets away with that is because their starter decks are $10. These are $40, so are $10, playset 3, so you only spend $30. You spend less than the cost of one of these rival sets to get full playsets of all the cards in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter deck. So, I can't say I'm a terribly large fan of a lot of the product design going on here. When it's something like this, it should be bare minimum, like at least 2 copies of every card if it's a 4-copy game, so that people only have to buy a second box, because that's asking people to spend $160 on their game right out of the gate, and that's something I don't know if I can abide. So that's my thought on the product design here. I do feel like maybe they should have had fewer characters that got more support and focus, especially since this is they're really pushing this set. So I do feel like it could have been a better startup for players if all of the characters could at least come somewhere remotely close to what these two get in terms of support. That would have been nice. It seems like it's on a bit of a shaky start to me. Hopefully, later sets will improve this. We'll get more consistent set structure. Like I was getting between like 2 to 5 of each common card, and between 0 to 3 of each uncommon card. It's a bit all over the place. Like I've talked about the Digimon box and how it is able to keep things consistent. So after you buy a second box, you have pretty much everything you're going to need. This one seems a bit more wild, but then again, I haven't really seen like cards get to ludicrous prices. I've seen this card at 50. I've seen some of the XRs pretty high. I imagine this All Might XR might get me a pretty penny, since they're not very common, but there isn't really such a thing as a pay-for-the-box card. You're not going to get a card that pays for the box. This isn't like a Moneyball game. I'm honestly not a very large fan of Moneyball games. I think most of you are aware of the fact that I'm not a very big fan of the Moneyball games, where it's all about, got to get those rare cards that are worth all that money. That seems counterproductive and destructive to me. I mean, I guess if there's anything that can help is that I'm seeing the rival starter for as low as 24, and it comes with a couple of additional ultra rares, which are otherwise 1 in 4 per pack. So these are like, you could futz them out to be worth about 12 in card purchase if you want to do it that way. But Yeah, I still think Universus is an amazing game. It's a game that captures that fighting game sensation like no other. I just say don't get in it if you're trying to be like a Moneyball player. It's gonna be difficult to compete with them printing like mandatory cards like this, cards that are like way more powerful than they should be, and actually printing them at an extreme rarity like this. I think this is going to affect the game quite a bit, making these kinds of cards not really readily available. Like I said, it's a card that has built-in weakness removal and some sustain. So this is going to be a card that's trouble if it really comes down to it. So yeah, that is a look at the My Hero Academia Universus set. And like I said, I don't do unboxings too often because I tend to go off on little tangents like this. So yeah, maybe I'll see if I can get some decks together with what we have here. And until next time, this is Kodak signing off.